I have this feeling most of you have by now heard about one of the latest music licensing platforms, Audiio. I came across their lifetime membership offer in February and spent the next month extensively browsing their music catalog, which consisted of a couple thousand tracks by then, and in March I made the decision to purchase their lifetime membership, which was a one-off fee of $199, which gave me unlimited access to their music and licensing. After 5 months of using their platform, they contacted me to see if I'd be interested in sharing my experience, and this video is a result of that. They have offered me a 20% discount to share with you on their lifetime membership. If you like what you hear based on my experience, the link is down below if that's something you might be interested in. It's a version of an affiliate link, so if you purchase their lifetime membership with that 20% discount, I get a cut from their end. Let's get the hot topics out of the way. Over the past few months, I have received comments and messages from people, particularly on Instagram, asking whether this platform is legit. I think this uncertainty comes from one, the very affordable, borderline cheap price tag associated with the lifetime membership, and two, I think people are a little wary of a company entering a presumably saturated market at said price. So these concerns are warranted in my opinion. I can only speak to my experience and my thoughts on the matter. I think Audiio are well aware of how close to saturation this music licensing for content creators market already is. I think they know that their best opportunity at gaining a substantial share of the consumer market, reaching critical mass if you will, would be to offer the highest possible quality music for the most affordable price. They are by far the most affordable music licensing platform when you consider the lifetime membership. It's not a trick, it's simply the best strategy, and it makes total sense to have a very affordable lifetime membership temporarily available to help gain critical mass to eventually achieve a state of organic growth or to attract high-level investors. I think. I do suspect that once they gain an appropriate user base, they will eventually either do away with the lifetime membership so it won't be available for anyone wanting to purchase it thereafter, or they will substantially increase its price, which is already happening. In March, the lifetime membership special offer was $199 one-off, and it's now $299 one-off. Now, just to clarify, what I just stated regarding their future pricing is not a fact known by me. It's conjecture. I don't know what their future plans are in terms of price, and this is just my guess. Now, before we start on my experience, I think it's best to get some important conversational topics out of the way. These topics were inspired by questions I've received and from a few comments I've seen on Reddit. I think the current model of providing highly affordable lifetime access to gain critical mass is a smart move, if not the only move for a small company. I do believe there is some risk in buying into a company that is working their way into the market, this niche. Having said that, we aren't talking a massive risk versus benefit. We're talking under $300 for lifetime access to royalty-free music and licensing. You need to decide for yourself how many songs with $300 generally buy you. This company's platform is growing at a rapid pace to meet their user needs and are proving to be quite adaptable to become a best version of themselves, which I see as a good thing and a sincere sign of a company that is looking to change how the system currently works. So long as you are licensing your projects properly, your work is protected and the artists are compensated appropriately while maintaining ownership of their work. For an explanation on how to license music for your projects using Audiio's platform, which is very easy, feel free to check out my video that explains exactly how. Doing this properly means your projects are protected and the artists are appropriately compensated. I reached out to some of their artists to hear about their experience with Audiio, and only one, who happens to be my favorite artist on the platform right now, responded, and they only had positive feedback for me. Now, to end this topic off, you need to decide for yourself what the $299 is worth for you. For me, I've downloaded, licensed, and used around 30 songs in the past 5 months. I have all my licenses in one place on the platform and they're downloaded, so my existing projects are fine. In my opinion, it was a fantastic opportunity to reap the benefits of being an early buyer. You decide what the lifetime membership is worth or not worth for you at its current price. I need to emphasize that I have no idea where Audiio stand at the market share. I chose to place this statement in this video based on current questions I see floating around online. I think it's a good sign they have increased their lifetime membership price and that they're in a position to provide commissions to individuals such as myself for taking clients their way. I think it's a sign of growth. I think it's a good sign that their platform is evolving with additions of filters and markers as their users provide feedback feedback, it's a sign of adaptive growth. So to answer some of the questions I have received and others that I have read, yes, they are a legit company. They're registered in Delaware for what that's worth to you. As far as I see, they registered the business a few years ago, and according to them on a Reddit thread, they started recruiting artists within those years, and they officially rebranded and launched in 2020. Yes, they have high quality music in my opinion. Everyone has different preferences, and different types of videos require different types of music. So you need to go to their website yourself and decide if they are of high quality for you and your projects. Technical quality, they are WAV files which are available for download at high bitrate versions. Subjectively speaking, their music is great, and I'll share some of my favorites in this video. In particular, they have fantastic anthemic, pop, cinematically calm, and ambient tracks, among other genres. Now, what I just listed happen to be my favorites from them. Your preferred genres may be different, so check them out and decide for yourself. Yes, you can use the music commercially, and most tracks are eligible for monetization on YouTube. They have confirmed that by the end of the year, all tracks on the platform will be eligible for monetization on YouTube. As of today, at the end of August 2020, they have over 3,000 tracks, and 95% of them are eligible for monetization on YouTube. You will have to pay extra if you'd like to use their tracks for TV broadcast or for Netflix productions. I think a lot of us are okay on the front. I'm not making a Netflix produced film anytime soon, and neither are 99% of you. Those of you that are broadcasting your content will have to pay around or just under $100 per track. Yes, they add new tracks and artists weekly, and you can choose to receive those updates every week or so. I enjoy reading those emails from them. They update us on new artists and curated playlists, and it's actually an exciting email to receive. Yes, their beta SFX or sound effect catalogs are coming. They have confirmed a launch date anticipated in September, and those of us with a lifetime membership will have access to discounted prices of these sound effects catalogs. Now let's take you to the platform and how I use it, and when I'm done with that, I'll briefly discuss some improvements I feel they would benefit from. The homepage lets you go straight to browse or to their curated playlists, and if you scroll down, you'll see their latest music additions. And scroll further and have the option to go to browse again, and you see their featured artists and main music categories. You can check these and other categories out for yourself, and for now let's head to browse. Immediately you'll note their filtered categories to help you narrow down what type of track you're looking for. So a lot of us will immediately go for that cinematic stuff. I like rock and pop, so let's push that, and anthemic is always fun. And I obviously know this one here already, as it's from one of my favorite artists on the platform. So this is an instrumental piece with no vocals, as you can see with this symbol over here. I just want to see if there are other versions of this I might prefer, so I'll click on it and let's check this out here. And here we go, we have it with vocals as well. So welcome to the fire. And I like them both, so I want to make sure it's eligible for monetization as shown by this symbol. Now this should be an obsolete step down the line, as all of their tracks will be eligible for monetization by the end of the year. So I'll heart them and add them to the appropriate playlists, and I have quite a few. I have general playlists and project-specific playlists. For my tutorials, I tend to look for upbeat instrumental tracks, and depending on my mood, I'll select whatever elements I'm feeling, drums, guitar, whatever. There's a spectacular selection of instrumental tracks here, and a lot of their vocal tracks also have their instrumental versions as well. I by default select instrumental tracks with no vocals, but their general selection is so good, I am considering using one of their full-on pop folk vocal tracks in an upcoming short. No, I don't care if a man walked on. For shorts, I tend to browse cinematic and ambient tracks, and I combine and adjust and modify them as I see fit, which you are allowed to do, which is a pretty cool feature. Once I find a track that suits my project, I select the license category. For YouTube, I select short film and internet. From there, I simply download the track. All my licenses are kept together here in one place, so if I'm ever to encounter an issue, I can just search for it here and download it if necessary. Playlists takes you to their curated playlists. Favorites takes you to songs that you've hearted. Recent is pretty obvious. What I like quite a lot is I can quickly create a playlist here or on the track menu, which is actually great as it adapts to whatever workflow I'm going with in that particular moment. It's an intuitive system, there's no tutorial needed really. Do note that each separate project requires a new license, but as you can see here, it's so easy to just do. I have a separate video that provides those details, so feel free to check that out, links below. Now all these positive features from my perspective come with what you'd expect as standard from this type of platform. What I feel has them stand out is their sincere communication with customers, their prompt responses, and their urgency and growth. They are evolving really fast, and they're developing working with their customers' needs and are adapting what is needed to make them stand out. Now, I haven't had an issue with Content ID on my projects with eligible tracks. And before we move on, Content ID is an issue that comes with pretty much any music licensing platform, really. This can happen when artists or the platform register the music for protection with Content ID. These claims are automated and are not uncommon. And with audio, they are so easily fixable. Just copy your license text, which is easily accessible, and send it to YouTube. I encountered one problem and it was my fault. Mea culpa, mea culpa. I didn't pay attention to the licensing symbol, so up until recently I felt that I need a filter to exclude non-monetizable tracks from my search. I emailed them and they responded stating that, as I mentioned, this filter will not be necessary as they aim to have all tracks eligible for monetization by the end of the year. Currently, the tracks all come with a symbol, which I do appreciate, but I curate my music while running other tasks. I tend to have the music play in the background while working, and when I hear a song I like, I heart it and add it to a playlist, and I often forget to check if it's eligible for monetization. It's my fault. One of my videos, which was my mistake, ended up with a Content ID claim on behalf of the artist. Not a strike, a claim. So I was informed that ads might play and the revenue would go to the artist. Now, I don't have an issue with the artist receiving revenue, but I do have an issue with ads playing on my channel that should not be running ads. I immediately contacted Audiio asking them for a filter, and to their credit, they replied to me within an hour or so and offered to help me solve this. Now, by the time I read the response, I had muted the segment at the end of my video and the claim was removed. So no love lost there. At the end of the day, this particular issue was my fault. The track was not eligible for monetization. They did let me know that the best thing to do down the line if it happens again is to just contact them, as they may be in a position to sort these claims out, and they are in a position to do this more swiftly than me doing it directly with YouTube. So they were massively helpful and seemed genuinely concerned, which I did appreciate. I feel I would benefit from having a mobile app available to curate my music while on the go. I feel they would benefit from having drop downs on the tracks to reveal any alternative versions of the tracks that they have, like vocal versus instrumental. I'm genuinely impressed with how much I enjoy their pop tracks. I listen to their music during my leisure time, and their cinematic tracks are of high quality, like they're deep, emotional, powerful, beautiful, and I've rekindled my love for raw anthemic rock, which I loved back in the day and grew out of, and now I've grown back into. And I've even discovered some really cool artists during my curation. Based on my experience at the platform, the friendly and professional support staff, the evolution of the platform thus far, my overall opinion is that Audiio's lifetime membership offers the best value for money with a quality track selection that is growing rapidly. With the lifetime membership, as a filmmaker that plans to make videos for a very long time, by the time I put my camera aside and hit the proverbial road, I suspect I will have paid pennies per song due to opting for the lifetime membership. And the more licenses I use, the more the artists get paid. My suspicion is, as the lifetime membership has already increased in price, and as Audiio are now in the position to recruit affiliates, the lifetime membership option will not go on forever. They might be close to critical mass, which will allow them to organically grow without the lifetime membership offering, or it will drastically increase in price. You decide for yourself whether that lifetime membership is suitable for you. I don't know of any other platform that is offering it right now. With all of that said, let me know what your thoughts are. Let me know if you've had doubts or what your concerns have been, if you've been on the fence, or if you've never heard of Audiio before. I'm always happy to have conversations on these interesting topics, and as always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.